Rolling again.
Woo! Let's
Hello,
go,
hello.
DJ.
All right, we're ready to go.
Is my
But
mic muted? Does it mean that this muted?
yes, click on that. Yeah, now it won't be.
Now it won't. Like, is there a way to disable that?
There
Or
is
is
a way
this
to lock
lock?
it, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, just try not to touch.
Okay, fine.
because-
I'll try not to touch.
Yeah. Show me. Actually.
I shall.
Why does mine? See, it's because of this that the audio difference is there. Like we could see the settings.
Yeah.
Yours is like skipping dots
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Has to be
Well,
an update or something.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, I guess. And that's a post problem.
Yeah. This is perfectly exposed though.
It feels like that because it's on like this is the grade that I was telling about. Like you
Yeah.
can apply the grade. So this is what it's gonna actually record.
Right.
And this is like whatever it's just a Rec 709 conversion.
Got it.
Essentially.
Got it. But it's yours.
It's not mine. It's the inbuilt camera's Rec 709 convert LUT.
Oh, okay. That's saying.
Which like this is almost gonna be what my image is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Because I don't tweak it like that.
Yeah.
I don't go very stylistic with my grade.
Okay.
It's like slightly tweaked from whatever we
Where
are
this-
seeing right now.
Fair enough. Cool. But I was telling you the S9, you can import your own LUTs.
You can do that on this also.
Yeah?
I just have not done it. Yeah.
Bro, you should, bro.
Yeah, but like this is good enough. Like I don't need to. I just need a good sensing of how the final image will look like. I don't need it to look precisely like how I'll grade it.
Okay.
Because then you had to shoot in like different conditions, as outdoors, as indoors. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's cool. I don't want to make like 4 different LUTs and then figure out which LUT to apply in camera. Like it's fine. It's gonna record in log anyway. That's a post problem. So I'd
Okay.
rather. This is good enough. It's diminishing returns, right? This is showing me 80% of what I'm gonna see in the final image anyway.
Okay.
So that's good enough for me. I just need to see it for framing purposes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like bringing down the highlights a lot in post. So I like
Mm.
seeing if I've clipped on camera. So
Mm.
like my display LUTs will definitely be like either neutrally exposed,
Mm.
1 stop over or 2 stops
Mm.
over, and then maybe 1 stop under to like
Fair.
bring it in together.
Let's go
चल
slow.
सकते भैया अभी.
चलो भैया. चलते हैं अभी. Have you told the route to him?
हाँ. अभी माइंड स्पेस चलना है. एक सेकंड.
एक second. You took everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're off. I guess this is now the. Okay, we'll wait for Philip to get ready.
Thanks. Thanks, I appreciate such consideration.
Yeah, careful of this. You might like bring it lower, in case.
Okay, cool, done.
And like keep one leg on.
No, I think we should not touch this because like
Yeah,
the
but,
zip
like,
tie is doing.
But keep one leg here in case it like slips that
Okay,
way.
got it.
Yeah.
It won't though.
Yeah.
That's anchored.
Oh damn, we are a little overexposed now.
It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's gonna go in and out, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh,
Shit,
dude.
I love this.
I can't believe the fact that
Oh
like
damn, we're not
we.
recording on the Go 3.
भैया, 1 minute
एक
side
second,
पे
एक
रोक
second
सकते
रोक
हैं.
दो. It's just the red button on top.
This one?
Up. Yeah. Click on it. Yeah, it's recording. One click. It's perfect.
All right.
चलिए भैया.
Would you want to do the clap?
I guess that was the clap.
Okay, fine. I guess that was the
Mumbai
clap.
traffic. But in case it's not being picked up by this, which is why we're speaking on these mics.
Because quality over everything else,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so like bring it closer. I'll snap my fingers. Okay,
Uh-huh.
So 3, 2, 1. That should be the clap.
Loud snaps,
Loud snaps,
man.
right?
Loud snaps. So what is it that we are doing today? Like, explain to me what
Alright.
what is this?
Thank you, Philly Wonka. Or should I call you Philip? Either is fine.
Either is fine.
Perfect. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being my test subject, my guinea pig, my 0.5 episode. Basically, we are doing, it's a revival of The Candid Corner, or patent pending on the name, which might change since this is a different environment.
Right.
But yeah, it's basically a podcast, and we're doing it in an auto, which is moving. Yeah, it just feels very raw, and I think the candidness of what I want to get out of these podcast episodes will come off because we are in a very raw environment ourselves.
Right.
So I think it brings out the most real side of us as much as we can in an auto. And I've had this from personal experience as well. Some of the auto ride conversations hit hard that nowhere else
That's so
are
true.
achievable.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But during those conversations, we actually don't have mics on it.
Fair.
This is, dude, like people are looking, you know? People are like, bro, what's happening here?
I love it.
Like,
Dude. Let them look. Like, देखने की चीज़ है. Or like
Dude,
to put it, you understood what I meant, right?
Yeah, I understand what you meant. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
And like, I'm so glad that you brought me along
Yeah.
on this journey. Like,
Of course, dude. Nice.
it's definitely like bucket list check off moment for me.
For sure.
God damn. So like, how are you gonna edit this?
I will probably look for some of the best key elements, and
Okay.
I just saw that he made eye contact with someone who's looking at us.
Yeah.
And
Death
it's going to be a
stare.
little, it's going to be a little worse when we have stopped at a signal, because then a lot more people will.
Yeah, people can just like
Yeah.
look into and peer into this.
Yeah, that's fair.
That lady did not break eye contact with me.
At
like-
all. I mean, welcome to India, right?
But
Yeah, and now the kids are not gonna. They're gonna do the same thing as well.
they're gonna do the same thing as well. They're gonna be like, man, like these guys are fucking living their dream, bro. Like honestly,
Yeah. It
So-
might just inspire other people to also
maybe
do
like,
something crazy. Like,
it's really out of the box. I've never seen anybody do it.
And it's an update from how we've seen like other people do like TikTok reel content.
For sure.
That's a little bit on the cringe side.
Right.
Not gonna lie.
Did that switch off?
No, I think for power saving, it like the light goes off.
Right. It's gone down though.
Okay. If it like goes all the way, like we'll just stop for a while and
Yeah, cool.
like just remove it. It's fine. It was anyway BTS.
Fair enough.
Camp,
You
so-
just want a one clip.
Yeah. I think let's just remove it, bro. I
Yeah?
don't want to damage that. in
Side
case-
पे रोक सकते हैं भैया? Thank you.
I'll hold it. So, context for our viewers: our BTS cam has gone
No,
loose.
you'll see the footage. That's
Yeah, you'll see the footage. I'll show a little bit of it. But we're just removing it now. Moving autos are tough to record in.
Thank you.
No, एक second रुक देना. Let's just like
Disassemble.
finish recording it actually, in case it's. Do one thing. Just dump it in for now. We'll deal with it later. Keep it in this pocket.
This one?
This one. Yeah, this must be perfect. Just leave it on the. Oh yeah, keep it there. It's okay. We are just testing this out so that we don't have to deal with this.
You don't have to deal
I don't
with
have to deal with this in future episodes.
चल सकते हैं अभी.
ठीक है चलिए भैया. Yeah, in case we do end up doing this, I end up doing this more often with other guests.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not willing to risk my camera like this.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we have a safety.
We do
with-
have a lot. Yeah. We have a lot of noise around us, but also a lot of
But that's okay
yeah.
because like, that's what makes this what it is, right?
Yeah.
But
Makes it
we are
raw, yeah.
moving, inching closer towards somewhere quiet,
Okay. Perfect.
somewhere nice.
Nice.
So
This is a perfect test for like audio as well.
Yeah.
This is a very loud environment. This is similar to the test that I did at home.
yeah, just real.
Yeah. Just this is now it's real.
Now it's real. Now it says materialized. This was how many months in the planning for you?
1 month.
1 month in the planning.
Yeah. A month ago I had an idea when I myself was in an auto, and it came to mind, and I was like, yeah, let's do something whack. Let's fucking make a podcast episode in a very loud environment with ambulances going past us. I hope everyone is okay.
Yeah, that's true. I think within the span of a month, you were able to ideate and execute it. I
Yeah.
think that's like big praise because like
Thanks, man.
हाँ वो लंबा वाला रास्ता है ना माइंड स्पेस में उधर हाँ पीछे Yeah, so I think 1 month is actually like a very substantially low
Yeah.
time to like execute on like a bold idea like this
Fair enough.
and to start like bring it into fruition because I think like it's
Yeah.
quite unique, man. Like I've never been involved
yeah.
with something like this, and
Thank you.
I can feel it. Can
Yeah.
feel the love that we are getting from
Yeah, from
everybody as well. They're like, what the hell is happening
Yeah.
here?
I wonder how a setup like this might look at night, if at all.
At night, I think you would like the autos
With the LED lights
with the
already
LED lights.
installed,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
I'll need to find a guy then, because it's hard to find a guy when you need to find a
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. It's usually by stroke of luck that you
Yeah,
end up
yeah.
with one of them. So
Yeah, so I need to find one of those and then get his number
and
yeah.
then basically do something with him. But I think you should. Like, I think the night vibe is also going to be spectacular.
Yeah. Also, we should get his name at the end of this.
For sure.
Yeah,
Like-
we'll put it on screen right now. It's thanks to this person, whose name is on screen right now, who's driving us around and giving us this unique experience.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like
Yeah.
he was very considerate. He
Yeah.
didn't speak a word. We took like an hour to set up,
Yeah.
and now we're here. We
Yep.
are moving, and it's bliss. It's peace.
His piece. Yeah. Are we on that road that you mentioned, or still a little ahead?
It's that one.
Okay.
The road towards the left
Okay.
is that one.
All
तो
right.
अभी क्या करना है भैया? इस रोड पे ना आप सिर्फ घूम के चले जाओ, ठीक है? पूरा वापस. और अभी हम शुरू कर रहे हैं. Thank you. I feel
Yeah,
like that
Hindi
was
has improved a lot, I must
thanks,
say.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of effort,
Yeah.
but I now discovered the respectful tone in Hindi that
Yeah.
is
fair
very
enough.
difficult for people to now say no to me.
Yeah. Fair.
So
It is fair.
it's worked out well, you
Yeah.
know.
I think most people don't really have an issue with like, oh, you can't speak the language that I am comfortable with.
Yeah.
But as long as they can understand what you're saying,
And
and
they
you
can understand
them.
that you're coming from a respectful place.
Yeah.
I think like everything sort of dissipates, you know,
Yeah.
like all of that animosity that you
Yep.
once thought that they had towards you,
fair. Yeah.
it just it disappears.
Yeah.
So this is mind space. This is like the nice open back road.
Okay. That's
Very
pretty
chill.
nice, yeah.
Dude,
Dude, you can actually shoot here if you want to do like outdoor shoots. There's like a big open space here, which
I
is
mean-
very rare to see in Mumbai.
Yeah, I don't know if shooting is allowed in the park. Most parks don't.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, you can definitely shoot in Mindspace. I've actually done a skateboarding shoot over here,
Oh, okay.
where I first got my A7S3, and like 10-bit color was like such a big thing and all of that, right?
Yeah,
So I was like,
422 for the win.
right. So we came out in the night. We modified my skateboard. We put
Nice.
LED lights underneath the skateboard,
Ooh.
and then we just put a guy on a car, told him to like go at a steady pace. Put a guy on the
Nice.
skateboard, told him to go at a steady pace, and I was outside the window of the car,
Nice.
just holding a gimbal and making sure that I got the shot. And then what I did in post was that I keyed all of the green
Yeah.
in the shot, which you can see that there's a lot of,
Yeah.
and then like shifted that color from red to purple to
Nice.
orange and this, like, क्या? हाँ, घुमा लो.
ऐसे ही घुमाते रहिएगा जब तक हम बोलते हैं आपको.
So
Yeah.
it's a pretty sight also.
Nice. I will say the smell is not the best though.
The
like I
smell
wish it was.
Is a little underwhelming,
Yeah.
I admit.
Like looking at this, I would imagine it to be a little bit more nicer smelling.
Right. But it's
not
also
the greenest of greens, but
it's also like a bay area. So
Yeah.
like it's the coastal smell also that's like tricky.
fair. But
This is
beaches
where
aren't
fresh
supposed to
water-
smell like this.
It's not a beach. It's a
Still,
bay.
yeah, like a mangrove or whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't smell like this.
It shouldn't
I think.
smell as bad as this,
Yeah.
but yeah. What can we do, you know? Like you get one thing, but you lose out on something else.
Fair. I guess that's why like you vote for like people, right? In like the smaller elections, not the big elections.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
within your own societies and
Yeah.
yeah. So those are the people who get it done anyway. So you have to like make sure the right people are doing the right job. Otherwise, where
Yeah.
is your tax money going?
Fair,
In constant construction everywhere in the city,
Yeah.
which is a hassle to everyone.
Yeah. That's true. But I don't know if I'm educated enough to like say anything more on it.
You don't have to say anything about it, but you can choose the people that you want to put in power to do that thing.
Yeah, because of course intention always matters, right?
Yeah.
And like oftentimes politics is fueled by one's own ego dynamics,
Yeah.
and that gets to cloud people's judgment over everything else.
Yeah.
So I feel like for sure we need to be more responsible in like who we give that power to,
Yeah.
and to like cut through the bullshit that people put as fronts,
Yeah. 100%.
to like actually understand what is it that you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, like you're speaking big,
Yeah.
but where's the execution?
Yeah.
So ideas can be up there, but that's all fluff until you materialize it.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. What else can we talk about?
What else do we talk about, honestly?
Ah.
This is, I mean, we are here right now, right? We
Yeah.
are in the moment.
Yeah.
And now we've
I
been
yeah.
called upon to act. And it feels like
Fair.
what-
Okay, I won't call it acting, I'd call it performing.
performing, yeah.
But it's still a live performance. It's not
Yeah.
a planned performance.
Yeah.
Like I am being my presenter self while still being my authentic self.
Yeah.
It's a mix of both.
I
right
think
now.
both can coexist
Yeah.
in that Venn diagram.
Yeah. And it's about finding that balance. And I think we've been speaking about this over the past day as well.
Yeah. Just
Like it's about making sure you're not obsessed with either one of those things. And it's a healthy balance.
and recognizing that healthy balance does not always split down the middle,
Yeah.
because like balance
Yeah.
is often asymmetrical, you know.
Yeah. It's a moving flux. Sometimes you'll give like more effort for this,
Yeah.
less effort for that.
Yeah.
And then it switches up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we recognize how to move within that flux of the universe where like
Yeah.
everything is impermanent, and it's like I love this piece of writing that I read, which is that God is a shapeshifter.
Okay.
And I think that's beautifully illustrating everything around us, because like nothing holds on to its form.
Yeah.
Everything is in constant flux.
Yeah.
And so in this shapeless, formless world that we've only gotten to recognize and navigate through by distinguishing forms from one another,
Yeah.
we tend to get overly attached and overly dismissive to one form over the other.
Yeah.
And I think that part of striking balance is to recognize how all of that ties into each other and serves each other. Because like, what is good without bad? What is an up in your life without a down in your life? We tend to take the points of our regression as us going backwards without realizing that both are needed to play
Yeah.
in order to
They have
progress.
to coexist. Yeah.
It can't be any other way.
It's yin and yang, basically.
So I think like now what I'm learning to do more is I'm learning to understand that there is going to be inevitable down points in my life.
Yep.
So it's not always about finding yourself in the right place
Yeah.
or like a good place. It's about making the most out of the place that you find yourself in.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I want to move towards
Fair. That's fair.
in 2025, you know?
Nice. It's a good goal to have for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Going ahead. Is that how your videos are also going to get affected? Like because of this mindset shift that you're so-called having for this year, for this upcoming year, does that also reflect in your work? And like, do you foresee yourself making slightly different content as you progress? Or you have like a strict plan in mind, like
So
a course almost?
Personal content and commercial content, I think, are like thought of as two independent domains that can't coexist together. But I digress.
Okay.
I would say that they can, in a way that whatever experience you gain through your commercial work, you know, whether that may be going to shoot and discovering that you have a new camera body to work with,
Yeah.
or that you are experimenting finally with this lens that you've always wanted to work with,
Yeah.
right? Like even something as insignificant as that, the way in which it tapers into like your personal content and how you treat your personal art
Yeah.
is also a very important factor
Yeah.
in my evolution as an artist.
Yeah.
So I don't think one is above the other, but in terms of my personal content, I definitely do want to bring in more of my commercial work aspects
Yeah.
and enmesh that with my personal work so that it can just be a little bit more robust in how it chooses to exist and stand alone.
Got it.
So that I think is like the mindset shift that I have.
Got it.
But again, it's all long-term thinking. I'm not thinking short-term,
Got it.
because I think short-term thinking is only thinking about frying smaller fish,
Fair enough. Yeah.
where there's like
You have
an
to think of
ocean
the bigger picture.
big
Yeah.
fish.
100%. Yeah.
So I think people that chase the big fish and is patient towards working towards catching that big fish are people that get the most juice out of life.
Agreed, but counterpoint. It can take time to get that big fish.
It can.
So don't you have to also feed yourself meanwhile?
Meanwhile,
Which
for
is why
sure.
we do like small commercial projects that are not meaningful to us,
Right.
but it's at the moment getting us paid.
Right. It's just to pay the bills,
Yeah.
right? For me at this present moment. But that's not to say that I don't put heart and soul behind it.
For sure. Yeah.
I do up to the extent that the client allows me to.
Yeah.
Post that, I can't really do anything except for try to satisfy the client, and I think that's a little sad how that has become what I come to understand as art. But at the same time, it's knowing when to not sell out, because I think we are blinded by temporary success that are of small scale, and
Yeah.
like instantly our immediate reaction to that, our instinctual reaction to that, our intuitive reaction to that is to like, oh, how can I now capitalize on this opportunity as best as I can?
Right.
How can I extract the most juice out of this that
Yeah.
I've been given? Because we often operate from a scarcity mindset. And I'm trying to let go of that. I'm trying to operate from this mindset of abundance that just trust and have faith that, sure, fry your small fish for now, but don't get obsessed over it. Know that there's tastier meals out there.
Yeah. 100%. For sure. Yeah. Don't get stuck in the loop of like continuously catching only small fish and not having the mindset
Exactly.
that there is better stuff out there.
Don't lose sight of the
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah.
You know, don't be so myopic with
Yeah.
your thinking.
Yeah.
Think long term, because I'm not trying to peddle anybody anything.
Yeah.
Right? All I'm trying to illustrate is that
We're just out here sharing our experiences.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know now that short-term successes can be very appealing, because like, dude, as a 25-year-old having a Ferrari is a huge flex.
For sure.
But as
yeah.
a 40-year-old having a Ferrari is a little less of a flex as opposed to that 25-year-old.
Okay,
And
fair.
so the temptation to like always show yourself and present yourself in that materialistic fashion is just plagued everywhere with social media culture and with everything that we see around us.
Fair.
Right? And I think we should not let that blind us,
Yeah.
because people get blinded by that, and that's what gives them the most trouble by the time they actually are 40, because
Yeah.
then they can't even afford like a fucking sedan, you know. Because
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
they sold themselves out, and now they have no credibility anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate that the world is peppered with a lot of such people
Yeah.
who are just living from day to day instead of
Yeah.
thinking about how they can improve their lives.
Yeah.
They are the engine, we're the lubrication, like you said.
So for viewers who had no
Context.
context, I basically told Tejas yesterday that art is the lubrication oil for the engine of humanity, because the engine of humanity, it will burn itself out almost instantaneously without that organic lubrication that goes behind running that engine at full tilt,
Yeah.
which is what humanity is doing 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, so we gotta make sure that that engine is well lubricated, well ironed out, well maintained and looked after,
Yep.
so that it can operate at its peak
100%.
capacity.
Yeah.
And artists play a big role in that. So contribute to the world in however way you can,
Yeah.
with whatever your artistic means to contribute is,
Yeah.
and you will be rewarded both from like a personal level but also in the community that you live in, because that's gonna reflect on your tapestry of
Yeah.
your interaction with the universe, and that's gonna reverberate throughout, and you're gonna accumulate that good karma, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
Create art.
create art,
Yeah.
stay relentless, persevere,
No one has to see it, but just do it for you.
do
You
it
know?
for you.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really glad that I got to do this, man.
Yeah, of course, man. This was.
This was really fun.
It is fun. It hasn't ended yet.
It hasn't ended yet. I'm not trying to end it
Yeah.
so quickly.
But
also.
my eye is also on the battery. It's at 19%.
Oh,
so
that's
maybe
easy, bro.
in 10 minutes we'll plug it in.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to change the battery? But we'll have to end recording.
We don't need to change the battery.
But
We
how
can
will you
just-
hang it?
I can put it on the bag.
But the cable is not long enough, right?
It's long.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
We are currently fixing potential technical issues before they happen. Prevention is better than treatment. Get tested for cancer today. That was a word from our sponsor for today. Anyone who wants to sponsor us, please feel free to do so.
Anybody who has a cancer practice.
We need the money. Oh, okay, that's the cable. It's pretty long. All this, I'll open the flap for the.
Yeah. Surgery is literally happening as we speak,
Yep.
and now we have
Alright, hold
infinite
this.
power.
Almost infinite. Done. Nice.
Perfect.
And I will get that back. Yep, there we go. Alright, and we're still rolling.
So TJ, what's
up, Philly?
what's new for you? Like, help me understand.
What's new for me? I have a big life update coming up.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not sure if this video is gonna go live, one, at all, or two, when it will go live.
Right.
So by the time, if people are seeing this, I'm not sure if I would have already executed this big life update that I'm about to embark on,
Okay.
which is that I'm planning to move back to Pune.
Lovely.
That's the big thing that's happening in my life right now. Sorry, I shouldn't say move back to Pune. I've never lived in Pune. Move back to India, specifically Pune.
Right.
Yeah, I'm doing the move for basically for the benefit of my career and also my mental health at the same time. You know, I get a lot more freedom, independence to do what I want to do without having to tell anyone that I'm doing it.
Right.
And
It's that point in your life where you stop asking for permission, basically.
yeah, and I don't want to.
Right.
And I'm still currently in an environment where I feel like I have to go through some unnecessary steps to just do what I like doing
Right.
and what I love doing.
Right.
And I want to eliminate those unnecessary steps if I can to make that process easier so that I can do the things I love doing more of, in more frequency.
Got it.
So that's something that I feel like I will achieve once I make the move to Pune. Pune is obviously a much more less loud city than Mumbai is.
Yeah.
It's also cheaper to stay in, and I'll be staying with my cousin and his cat, whom I absolutely love and adore. Shout out to Evie. Yeah, so really looking forward to that, and of course the opportunity to, career-wise, the opportunity to collaborate with a lot of like-minded individuals, artists, creators, who are doing crazy stuff like this, right? Like doing a podcast in an auto. I think that's a wild idea.
Yeah.
And I think I need to be with more creators who also have their own wild ideas.
Right.
And I can be a part of that, just to experience it or to like contribute to it. Either way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just to be a part of that process for once also.
I think like having like-minded extra pair of hands also really go a long
For sure.
in terms of
Yeah.
being able to execute like on
Yeah.
something.
Like this setup that we did today, would not have been possible if I didn't have you as a second
Yeah.
person to help me out.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing that we had this so-called test run, because now I know that I can use that setup process with my guest, future guest, if
Yeah.
any, as also like a warm-up for us to get into the conversation
Right.
finally.
Yeah.
So that at least when we start the conversation, once the recording button has been hit,
Yeah.
it's not, we go through that awkward phase because we've already had that, because we did like a bonding activity together in a way,
Right.
which got us closer, which makes this conversation hopefully even more raw.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And now I think you've understood the workarounds that we had to like do in order to like get to this result.
For sure.
So that you can instruct people that might not be as
might not be in tune with like using gear
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
It'll be easier to guide them as well.
Yeah.
Like, hey, could you help me like do this? Something
exactly.
simple.
You can be very
Yeah.
like precise about the instructions that you
Yeah.
want to give out.
Yeah.
Lovely. I think Pune is going to be a very nice move for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a change, and I think change is always appreciated.
Yeah.
It's difficult at first,
Yeah.
but it's the only way to grow,
For sure.
because you
For
don't
sure.
grow in comfort, you know.
This is actually one of my upcoming video ideas. Not the next one, but one of the next 2 or 3. Change. The idea basically is, change is not the only constant that we have in life. It's growth.
Growth is
growth
also-
should be the, like, focus on the fact that growth will always be a constant in your life,
Right.
rather than be overwhelmed by the fact that, oh, something's always going to change in my life. There's always an impermanence.
Right.
So that sort of creates a negative connotation. Instead of that, think of it in a way like there will always be growth. Growth will always happen, even if you're in the down, and even if you're down in the dumps, whatever the term is called. Like, even if you're depressed as shit,
Right.
that is still improving you as a person eventually, because you're going to learn something from it. So you're constantly going to grow regardless of how you feel emotions wise, whether it's a good feeling or a bad feeling. You will always
Everything has
grow as a
something to
person.
teach.
Yes. Yep, basically. So don't be overwhelmed by the change being the only constant. Focus instead on growth being the only constant. And then you look at life in a slightly less nihilistic way.
Yeah, you start being a little bit more optimistic about
Yeah.
what's in front of you,
Yeah.
behind the curtain.
Which is maybe why this is not something that you do yet, maybe.
Yeah.
But this is something that at the start of this podcast you mentioned how you admire the fact that I had this idea 1 month ago,
Yeah.
and I executed it within 1 month.
Yeah.
Because I'm in that mindset now where, like, let's get this shit done. I
Yeah.
have this, let's execute it now.
Yeah. Reducing the time between ideation and execution,
Yeah.
I think, is one of the most undervalued skills
For
that
sure.
a person can manifest into their life.
For sure. Gets rid of so much of the procrastination
Yeah.
side of things.
Yeah.
Which I think you're going through right now as well, since you're not editing.
Listen, like, this is not a personal attack podcast. This is like
Hey, it's my show. I can do whatever I want.
There is value to be had with videos that I want to edit that are still sitting
Yeah.
idle in my hard disk. I
Yeah.
fully recognize that, but at the same time, there's still so much more stuff that just needs to be verbally said that is quick turnarounds for me, that I know, that I'm sure of in terms of the quality of the throughput, that, like, this is the best that I can do. With the edit, it's always this, like, process where I'm like, bro, but the grade looks nice for this clip, but doesn't match all that well on this clip.
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at this. I'll look at this later.
Would you say that having such a quality means that you're kind of trying to be a perfectionist?
Yes. Which is very counterproductive, and it's actually hurting me.
Which brings us back to, like, the big fish, small fish thing. Like, you
Yes.
are so focused on the big fish that you are inadvertently and
Yeah.
unintentionally missing out on the
Avoiding-
small fish that you
Yeah.
should be getting at the very least for your sustenance.
That's true. I can fully agree with that.
Yeah.
And there is a need to do better in that front for my
Yeah.
life at the present moment. And I'm just hopeful that things will start clicking soon, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think I am in that phase of just inactivity. I'm in one of my downs.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the up is far away. And doesn't mean that I need to get rid of the down also so quickly. I
Fair,
can sit with it.
But you've been with it, you've sat with it for a while. I think now it's time to take a leap of faith.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
The change is like, it's an upward trajectory now.
I would also say, like, I know the feeling where, like, oh, change is imminent, like something's about to happen. But that something will never happen if you don't actually make it happen.
Yeah.
So
Nothing
how long?
changes if nothing changes.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Nathan. But like,
I
yeah.
told
So
him
you
that.
okay? Shout out Philly then. But yeah, essentially that.
Mm.
So at some point, you are gonna have to execute.
Yeah.
At some point, you'll have to put yourself out there.
Yeah. There is execution, but that execution has not explored change.
Fair.
You know, I've just been sort of fine-tuning and perfecting on that execution.
But what's
So-
to say that once you feel like you're ready,
Yeah.
what's to say that will work out? What if it doesn't work out? Then you'll have to tweak it.
Yeah.
So isn't it better to just start now? There's no guarantee of it working out anyway. So just start now. You like, why have that fear of like, I may have to deal with this, when you can just start and deal with it at the same time? I know it's a little overwhelming, for sure. And it should be done at a time when you feel like you can handle it.
Mm.
But I feel like you are ready. You specifically, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready.
Not for someone maybe who's only just started doing this like a month ago. You've been uploading, or like at least you've had this mindset, even if you haven't uploaded that much.
Yeah.
You've had this mindset, you've been writing in your book all your ideas and stuff
Yeah.
for a while now. It's almost 2 years at this point. 1.5 at least.
1 year since I got serious about it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you started like around 1.5 years ago.
Yeah, I started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is why I feel like it's time to move on to the next step.
for sure.
And you won't get that growth that you're looking for unless you go for it.
Unless I change something up.
Yeah. And I had this thought in one of my recent videos, which I feel like I want to explore more of in a future video,
Right.
which is basically, okay, you know how like manifestation works,
Yeah.
which is where you think of something that you want to achieve,
Yeah.
and you build yourself towards achieving that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Think of social media, for example. The content that you see on your YouTube homepage or IG, if you have IG, whatever content that you get, that algorithm is there because that's the content that you consume.
Yeah.
What you see, what you like, you're also fed that back.
Yeah.
Think of now the same analogy in terms of your life. So if you work on your life's algorithm, if you work towards improving your life, then life will also give you more of such opportunities where it allows you to be the person that you are.
Right.
So in essence, fix your life's algorithm so that it feeds you back with the same energy. If I gave you a random person's Instagram account
Yeah.
or YouTube account and you see the homepage, it's very likely that you're going to see a very different set of videos or reels
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it may not be to your liking.
Yeah.
So how do you make it to your liking? On that device, you'll start watching content that is more related to what you like.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, you're fixing your social media algorithm.
Right.
The same way, fix your life's algorithm. If you have a terrible sleep schedule, at one point you are gonna have to like tell yourself, it's time to fix my sleep schedule
Yeah.
and make it actually happen.
Yeah.
And documenting your life while doing it gives that element of whether or not anyone sees it. It can be for yourself, but documenting it makes it a little. It's like you threw your idea out into the universe. It's tangible now,
Yeah.
and that's something that can hold you accountable to stick to your
Materializing
goals.
something.
Exactly, which
Yeah.
is basically coming back to the manifestation issue. So manifestation is essentially fixing your life's algorithm in a way that caters best for you. And you can only do that by fixing it first. And by constantly fixing it, because the algorithm is also always in flux. It will still try to recommend you stuff that is not to your liking.
Yeah.
And the same things are going to happen in your life. There are going to be experiences where, like we said earlier, there's going to be downs. That's only when you realize how the ups feel like. Some curveball is going to come your way in life, but that's okay. Now you're prepared for it. You understand it better now. But your algorithm is good enough that that one incident doesn't affect everything.
Yeah.
Consuming one reel of crocodiles dancing isn't gonna give you more crocodile dancing.
Right.
But if you keep watching silly videos like that, then it will
Feed you more.
of that.
Yeah.
Which is why, do everything, but do it in moderation.
Yeah. Balance again.
Yeah.
So, we threw a lot of fluff out there in the air.
Yeah.
But if we had to bring everything round back and sort of herd the sheep,
Yeah.
what's the most practical thing that I can take away from whatever you've said?
The most practical way of saying it in one line, if I have to, would be fix your life's algorithm.
Okay.
Basically, do self-improvement practices. Put a little bit of effort and time into it. You don't have to start with 1 hour of focus time for yourself to improve yourself. Start little. Start with 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm sure you can give yourself 5 minutes
In
to
24 hours.
within 24 hours, just 5 minutes to yourself. See how that feels like. Just be with yourself. Do things that make you happy, that you love doing, that is good for your soul. Then slowly improve that. Slowly go from 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 30, 30 to 1 hour. Slowly it becomes a part of your lifestyle and it won't feel like a chore.
Got you.
I
Well put.
I actually wanted to speak about this as well. Abhirup, who
Yeah.
for context is our mutual friend. Philip is closer to him than I am, but I also know him through college. And that day when we went to Abhirup's place, the last time I was here, a month ago, I was in awe of his room.
Yeah.
The way he's kept it. It's a small room,
Yeah.
but he has a lot of equipment,
Yeah.
but everything was neat and tidy.
Yeah.
It was proper. It gave maximalist vibes without being maximalist.
Without the clutter of the maximalist.
Yeah. So I could
Yeah.
still feel the peace that I get with minimalism with
In
so
his
many items.
cluttered space.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it was so well organized.
Yeah.
And because I recently fixed my sleep schedule as well, when I saw that, I wanted to incorporate that into my sleep schedule routine so that becomes a part of my day-to-day life.
Of organization.
Of organization at the end of the day. Even if I have a shoot the next day. And this was also an inspiration that I got from our dadas during college days. Our lighting dadas, who always helped us set up lights and stuff while we were framing the shots and doing the cinemat stuff.
Yeah.
They were the ones who were doing the menial labor. And at the end of every shoot day, they would wrap everything up.
Yeah.
All the C-stands would go in the corner.
Yeah.
They'll keep it up.
Yeah.
And they'll do it again the next day. They'll set it up again.
Yeah.
And that is those qualities that I saw in the dadas and in Abhirup were qualities that I want to have in my life. Because
Right.
I like waking up in the morning to a clean room, to a tidy room. And the setup and dismantling process is also a very calming
Yeah.
thing to do. It is a part of the process of filmmaking that I have now accepted. That does not feel like a chore anymore.
I think a practical application for both me and most of the viewers
Yeah.
is just doing your dishes before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because then you can
100%.
wake up to clean utensils in
Yep.
the morning so that you
Yes.
can prepare for breakfast. I think that's something that
Yeah.
I've been putting away in my life for so long.
Yeah.
I think if I just make that one small change,
Yeah.
a lot can happen in my life.
Imagine you're fully recharged. Okay, maybe not fully recharged because nowadays it's difficult to get sleep in the modern day and age.
Yeah.
But however much you have recharged over the night,
Yeah.
you don't want to immediately go into active mode and oh, now I have to do the dishes, now I have to clean up.
Yeah.
You want to start your day a little slow. You want to
You want to
gradually
start
build up to the level of activation that you need to,
Yeah.
and having a clean house, having a sink that's
it just
empty.
sets you up for the day
Yeah,
much better.
and it's such a mood improver as well. Like if
Yeah.
I go to the kitchen and I see a empty sink,
Yeah.
then I'll feel like cooking as well
Yeah.
because the dishes are clean.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so true.
I'll be less inclined to order in food because then I'll get lazy to wash the dishes first and then
Yeah.
use the.
It's these tiny little things that we do on a day-to-day basis that just
That is basically
incrementally.
fixing your life's algorithm.
Yeah.
Slowly, don't do all of it all at once.
Right.
Don't improve your life in all aspects all at once. It has to be a step-by-step process.
I think for me, one of the biggest testaments to how well my life was going was opening my cupboard and seeing all of my laundry perfectly ironed
Yeah.
and stored away.
Yeah.
Which I think I've accomplished over the course of 2 years.
Nice.
Where like that's become an integral part of my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So much power is there in just like doing one thing and making sure that that one thing can act as sort of like this lighthouse
Yep.
to sort of like anchor yourself and to like understand where you are
Yeah.
in your life. I do want to make tiny changes like that, but again, it has to be paced such that you can make it sustainable and you can like carry over other things also,
For sure. Yeah.
and not overwhelm yourself.
Yeah.
Again, finding delicate balance.
Yep. Yep. It-
What did I do over here?
Oh. Yeah.
Uh,
I don't think that affected the audio. That's
Okay.
just the like mic input and headphone input.
Okay.
Something to do with that.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that.
That was that.
That actually like inspired me as well. Like now with my upcoming move coming as well, I am envisioning how I would decorate and set up my room, have a mini studio there, and have it be mobile enough and accessible enough, which comes with the neatness,
Yeah.
so that I feel active.
You
in-
feel
in
like
terms
there's
of,
no
like, I wanna
friction to
create.
create.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. So I would create more basically,
Yeah.
and that would like help obviously with
Yeah.
with more YouTube videos, more content, more ideas, and it's stuff that I love doing and I enjoy doing.
Eliminating that friction, I think, plays a lot of role in how the quantity as well as the quality of your work just
Yep.
skyrockets the minute you have that clarity.
Yep.
I think if we can define, not in a hard set of rules, but just in like a general framework
Yep.
or like a systems thinking approach as to how we choose to conduct our day to day. And I feel very blessed in life that I'm able to choose that for myself.
Fair.
A lot of people aren't.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So I feel like if
which is why they struggle with doing self-improvement things, because it's like everything else is taking up so much of their time.
yeah,
They are not prioritizing this, which is unfortunate,
it's
but sometimes it is difficult for some people.
it's not as easy. It's
Yeah.
possible, but it's we take the process for granted because we have the space to do it,
Yeah.
and it's not often the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think we have to be empathetic also with the people that we preach to,
True. Yeah.
with like where they are in their life, and like recognizing that everybody
Yeah.
at the end of the day is doing their best.
I do have a slight issue with the word preach though.
Okay.
Like, I know that is somewhat of what we do. That's the intention at least. Like, we
Yeah.
want to teach others what we went through.
Yeah.
But I don't like the connotation that the word gives. It feels like it makes me feel like I'm better than who I'm telling this to, and I
okay.
don't want to give that impression to anyone.
Okay. So it's very clear that you are dealing with your own struggles and you're going through
Yeah.
your own.
And I think that's why I am okay with creating content on the fly. You know, I'm not waiting for the big fish.
Yeah.
I'm okay also showing the small fish.
Yeah.
because I'm being open and honest and vulnerable about that process as well. Like, hey, I am also struggling. I am also learning.
Yeah.
But I'm fixing it as I go.
Yeah.
And I'm showing that for the whole world to see, so that they can maybe learn from that, or at least feel like, hey, there's someone out there who's like me as well.
Like they're not alone in the
like
journey.
they're not alone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like the feeling is universal.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not a fan of the word preach, but the intention is still that. Like, I still want the audience and people I talk to know like where I'm coming from.
Right.
And what my art is speaking.
Right. And why you place yourself in the authority that you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think has to be valid,
Yeah.
Because like, I guess if you don't recognize where authority comes from, then you're fundamentally mistaken as to like what you're
For
doing.
sure. Yeah.
I think massive understanding of everything is very essential to sort of level the playing field that we are doing.
Yeah.
And to realize that it's very simple, that like you can almost like chuckle and dismiss, but it's also immensely complicated.
Yeah.
I think it was Paul Rand that said that design is so simple, that's why it's so complicated.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, simple and complex are actually dualities that we create.
Yep.
And I think we need to transcend that duality to like arrive at simple with the capital S.
Yeah. We basically need to be in sync with that rhythm.
Yeah.
Where those two coexist.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that music video that you showed me. The one where it goes like, there's picture in picture.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
But it's so effective.
Yeah. But if you were to try to execute it,
it will be complicated.
It's so complicated.
It's very tedious to do something like that.
Yeah.
It looks effortless. It is not.
I was telling, and for the viewers, it's the music video is called Mild Minds Waltz.
I'll put it up here.
Check it out. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was just telling the friend that introduced me to that music video, it's just like, bro, I want to see their After Effects composition only to take a screenshot and frame it, because dude, the composition is going to look insane.
Yeah.
I feel like that alone is art, just that screenshot.
Yep.
So,
and it's beautiful that someone's art is... Someone basically feels like, hey, I want to look at your art, I want to learn this, and then make something of my own.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Like, you were able to achieve that effect on someone.
Yeah.
That you were able to affect someone in such a positive way.
Art is like playing God yourself.
Yeah.
Because if we think of God as the divine creator, and we are engaged and actively doing the process of creation, that makes us closer and closer and closer to God.
100%.
And I think that's where the spiritual connect of art and spirituality come, creativity and spirituality come.
I think bringing back your analogy of the lubrication and engine. So basically what you're trying to say is, by doing more art, we transcend from just being lubrication to being the whole engine in itself.
Yeah, because like both...
Like, we coexist with both those systems playing in tune with each other, rather than just being one of those two.
Yeah, because like if we isolate the artist as just the lubrication, and we sort of excommunicate the rest of society as the
non-artists as the engine,
the engine block, you're already creating a fragment, you're already creating a divide, you're already creating a faction. And I think
one doesn't work without the other.
Exactly. And you as an artist are also somebody who actively engages in creating art, but also at the same time for inspiration looks towards consuming art. And so in that context, when you are consuming, like, you become the non-artist. Because you are not the artist, but also you are the artist, because like everything is your own creation. It's just that
it's one and all. You are one and all.
You are one and all. Like, this experience that you know to exist
Yeah.
that contains infinite degrees of ugliness and beauty and cruelty and ruthlessness and
Yeah.
all of the brutal nature that involves the delicate process of love.
Yeah.
You can't separate yourself from any of that degree of infinity,
Yeah.
because
There's a lot of profound beauty in what you just said. Like to be able to encompass everything and to be able to look at it.
yeah,
We're still trying to figure out how it all works
Yeah.
and all of that. But like at least we're able to visualize it at the moment.
Yeah.
And then we're heading towards understanding it.
yeah,
And all we try to do as artists, I guess, is to like get others to at least see it.
yeah,
And then we can all slowly work towards making society even better if we can.
yeah, because like we're all living in that dream state, right? And in that dream state that we live in, we're looking through a cloud of smoke. Like we can see a little bit of the silhouette, but like we can't see the full picture, and we need art to slap us back into recognizing the divinity in everything, and to see how seemingly chaotic,
Yeah.
unorganized randomness can come together into seamless integration and create a holistic, cohesive narrative around something that should make us feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
the
think-
art of noticing, basically.
Yeah. And that has a lot of profound power, especially if you can realize that, and if you are willing. And most people aren't willing to do it because it's very difficult for you to come to grips with the fact that if the external world is actually a reflection of my own internal,
Yeah.
then that means that all of the ugliness is also a reflection of my own fragmented psyche.
Yeah.
And if you take that burden upon yourself and you choose to act upon that burden and sort of fulfill the wish fulfill,
Yeah.
and try to heal all of those fragmented parts of your psyche,
Yeah.
I think that is the highest level that you can accomplish as an artist, and I think that is what we must be striving for to do as well.
Okay. Just checking the battery. 37%. Oh, it's also been an hour since we hit record.
So
Okay. But okay. Good to know everything is still ongoing.
yeah, amphetamine to the rescue, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we have some really nice bits of content.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll probably cut this part out because it's like strategy for this series if it becomes a
Right.
series. But what I'm trying to do is so there's this creator called Matt Diavella. I'm sure you've
Yes.
heard of him. Yeah. He recently restarted his podcast as well. He's calling it something else now.
Okay.
Like compared to his old podcast. But what he's doing is on his podcast channel, he's uploading 15 to 20 minutes of the podcast for free for viewers to watch. Anyone can watch that.
And then,
And
like,
then
the rest
Patreon members on YouTube, those who
okay.
want to see more, you can like that's how you
Lure
support your
people in.
artists basically.
Ah,
Support
okay.
the artist that you're watching.
Right.
So he gets his like his financial planning is in that way, and I might do something similar. So then that gets people to like, hey, if you're interested, if you liked what you saw in the 15-minute version, you might just like the 1 hour version of it,
Right.
and that could be like an unedited, fully uncut version.
Right. Yeah.
Like, cause I don't want to like this specific conversation that we just had. I don't want everyone to know this because this is like a huge content strategy that I'm planning that I don't really. Like,
For sure.
Yeah, I want to work on this right now before telling others.
Yeah.
You know, my plan.
Yeah. Build in silence, basically.
Yeah, build it in silence. And like those who care, those are the ones who are going to give you money anyway.
Yeah.
Like those who truly care, rather. But given all of this, it should also come at the fact that pay only if you're financially able to. Don't like go out of your way to support an artist.
Yeah.
If you are struggling yourself.
Yeah.
So like, you are the most important person in your life.
Yeah.
You figure out your shit first, and only if you are able to, then help out others, because it really helps people like us.
I don't think Nobody gives a flying fuck about me to like
At the moment.
at the moment, yes.
So basically that's it, right? Like you're building your algorithm now.
Yeah.
So that other people can come to you
Yeah.
and give you that benefit that you're seeking in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Which is not a selfish thing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautifully put, man.
Thanks, man.
I think there's so much more life.
Yeah.
We've barely
You've barely scratched the surface,
nicked,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
We've barely nicked the surface, and I think that is
Yeah.
what I am like the most fascinated with life by. Is like, bro,
Yeah.
the fact that my life is just starting. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's so much more to do, so much more to see, so many more people to meet,
Yeah,
so much more art to create.
yeah.
And I'm so fucking excited for that.
Dude, cheers, man. Cheers to that. Cheers to that future.
Cheers to that,
dude.
man. Cheers to that.
It's like
That is something to look forward to.
be intoxicated by art.
Yeah. kind of like Fred again in that video.
Mm,
Like he's just doing something he loves doing.
yeah,
And he doesn't give a shit about anything else.
yeah.
He's so immersed in it, he became one with the audience in that
Yeah.
video. Which I'll put up over here.
This is just like a video of you shouting out other content
Yeah.
creators. I love it though.
Yeah,
Art.
like, yeah. If I do it, it's not like a transactional thing. I don't do it because I expect others to do it.
But you do it
if
because-
others see it that I'm doing it, then they'll also feel like, hey, this guy's giving me free
There's
free
no
advertisement.
need to gatekeep anything
Yeah,
that you find
exactly.
valuable.
Gatekeep is the right word to use.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if an artist is good, he's good or she's good.
Yeah,
Even if that person only has 1,000 subscribers or less.
and I think gatekeeping comes from this point of selfishness also, where you're just like, "Alright, bro, this is my artist.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah.
I knew this artist
I
before
discovered
they
him. Yeah,
took
yeah,
off."
Yeah.
Which, like, for me has
Like,
become
don't
like
you want that artist to take off?
Yeah.
It's like that's what the artist wants from you.
yeah, support until they take off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the problem is that like you lose the touch with that artist once they take off, because then they become for everybody,
yeah, that's
and-
fair.
and you think to yourself, "Oh man, like I wanna fall back into that touch again," you know.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm so glad that like I am not known, and I'm using
Yeah.
that to my advantage, because
Yeah.
like it's such a rare privilege in life
100%.
to not be known,
Yeah.
because once you're known, you're fucked.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
you're known, there's
100%
eyes
I
on
attest
you.
to that.
There's a certain expectation, demand
Yeah.
from you to like deliver up to a certain quality,
Yep.
and like you're judged for it, and like you're
When I-
expected.
When I first started this YouTube journey with like all the self-development related content, that content, when I look at it now, it got me where I am today, so I'm not looking down on it.
Yeah,
But it's definitely not at the quality that I'm able to do now.
yeah.
And I'm so glad that
You
Apart-
didn't get
ap-
recognition then.
yeah.
Yeah,
And now that I'm putting effort into that art form,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, now if people see my content, it's
There
good
is-
enough. Now
yeah.
it gets me going even
Yeah,
more.
Yeah. There's a little bit more weight and
Yeah.
substance.
Yeah. So now
to
I don't
the output of your work.
now I don't mind getting recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up till now it was like fine tuning and all of that.
I think people get put off by the unrecognition in the initial stages.
Yeah.
In the initial few years.
Because
of
that's the
doing their
dopamine
work.
hit that they're looking for, which
Yeah.
everyone says, but it's difficult to like imbibe that quality in you as well.
Yeah.
To accept the reality that it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Which is something I've also struggled with telling my parents on occasion. Like I have to like repeatedly tell them, just give me 2-3 years, just give me another couple of years.
Yeah.
This will kick off. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I believe in it.
Yeah.
But I do need the time. This is not something that will be built overnight.
It needs to mature like fine wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like things that are like very valuable often require a lot of time to be
Yeah. Time and
Develop.
effort. Yep.
to have that
Yep.
inherent value to them.
Yep. And you need to do it consistently. The discipline needs to be there.
Huh?
You need to do it consistently. The discipline needs to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is why a lot of people give up.
which is why the people that stick around, like, they have the most value.
Yeah.
Is because like nobody gives the time and space required
Fair. Yeah.
to leverage the most out of what they've been building, because
Yeah.
they were not patient enough.
Yeah.
Man, what a nice evening.
Yeah, dude. Even the lighting is really nice. Like, we're getting a nice occasional cut.
Hit
Yeah.
when we are going the other way.
Yeah.
It's been mad fun, bro.
Yeah. This has been amazing. I
I
can't wait to like check the footage
Yeah.
and see everything. And
yeah. See if it actually like reached up to like what we thought.
to the expectations that
Yeah,
we had.
yeah.
Yeah. While still knowing that it
There's
may
room
not be.
for improvement,
There's room
yeah.
for improvement. I actually wanted to test out the activation since we're about to end anyway. Like right now it's been on the steady shot.
off.
So right now it's been off.
Yeah.
Throughout it was off.
Oh,
So let's try standard for like 2 minutes, then I'll switch to activate the most one.
active. Okay.
Yeah, active plus or whatever it's called.
Cool.
Just to get an idea so that for future,
Right.
if this is indeed better, then I'll keep it at this rather than
It was at shutter 180, right?
180. So that's fine. It'll stay perfect.
I don't know how Catalyst Browse reacts to shutter angle,
Okay.
but are you familiar with Catalyst Browse?
No, what's that?
The gyro data,
Oh, okay.
that app.
Okay, okay.
So like I would recommend like
Oh,
trying this footage on that, because it could end up looking really well.
right.
For the dance sequences that we did for the Hot Tea music video, I relied on the gyro data.
Okay.
And like for the gyro data, you had to shoot like 4 times over shutter.
Right.
So I don't know if it's the same for the shutter angle. I don't think it would be. I think
Okay.
it'll be different. But yeah,
Okay. It's worth checking out, I think.
yeah,
I'll see how that goes.
because it works well when it's off.
Okay.
So like you recorded it off.
Right.
So like
Fair. Okay, now let's try active. So that zooms in a little bit.
yeah, 1.1 times crop.
Yeah. But the issue with the issue with having a tripod mount and all of this,
Yeah,
the camera's at a fixed position.
yeah,
On a fixed position, if there's a little bit of movement,
yeah.
the active stabilization, what it does, it like sort of warps the image a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why I have often noticed the image moves a little bit, even if it's on a tripod. Because the active stabilization is constantly trying to like make it
Yeah.
stable.
Yeah.
If you have it off, then it just stays in the POV of the vehicle, especially in this case, which is moving a lot. So it stays with it. It doesn't try to fix the jitters. So I don't have high hopes for the active stabilization.
But
Let's see. It might just, if it's doing a good job, then
you might just stick with it. But I
Yeah.
would recommend checking out the gyro thing.
I
It's-
can do that
it's
for
quite
sure.
cool.
Yeah. This was at 13 mm.
Yeah. And we're back to off.
Back to off. Yeah.
Cool.
Just in case I forget, it's shutter speed 180, 30 FPS, S-Log 3, 422, XAVCS, 4K at f4, ISO 800, no ND, and 4300 white balance. Yeah.
Sick.
Just so I have all of that recorded somewhere in case I forget.
So how are we ending this?
How are we ending this? You have money for the auto?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going for like a funny thing, like you don't have money for it, so like then we better stop it now.
Oh.
That sort of thing.
The fuck?
But like, okay, but in realistic terms, we can end it at like when it reaches 6, so that we can give 8. Makes sense, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to get home also.
So yeah, then we can tell him to like head home now, and then
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up on the way.
Cool. भैया अभी वापस घर चल सकते हैं.
Perfect. Okay, so we have to wrap up now. We are 5 minutes away from home. We basically
15.
just... Oh, okay, 15 minutes
15.
away. Okay, fair. Yeah, we were basically going back and forth along this coastal route.
Beautiful road.
Yeah,
Beautiful stretch of road.
yeah,
Little bit of peace away from the city.
yeah. It
But
is
now we are going back
considerably
into
quiet.
the madness.
Right, we're going back into the madness.
Back into the eyes of the city. We're gonna be getting more death stares now.
Yep, yep.
But it's gonna be bad fun.
It's going to be mad fun. And like, I'm also looking forward, like how I said to you earlier, like now we have to dismantle all of this.
Yeah.
And it used to be a chore. It used to feel like, oh, now I have to like put everything back neatly into my bag and everything.
Yeah.
But this is a part of it, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
Right.
We had a very lovely time talking here today
Yeah.
in this 1 hour that we've had, and this part of the process, even if it's menial, even if it's mindless, without this, that wouldn't have been achieved.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And I don't think it's menial or mindless. I think there is a certain sort of therapy and understanding that you
for
get
sure.
from
Yeah.
like constructing and deconstructing.
For sure. This is technically the art of filmmaking giving back to me what I'm giving to it.
Yeah.
I'm creating art, that's my way of giving back to this craft
Yeah.
that is filmmaking.
Yeah.
And filmmaking as a concept itself is giving me back the bliss of having to partake in like setting this up and dismantling it also.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, amazing to think
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Not a lot of people are in love with their work as much as I am, I would say. Which is why please support us. Links to pay us are below.
I don't have my Patreon yet. I do you?
I don't have a Patreon, but I got the members thing unlocked.
Oh, so
So
people can donate to you.
People can donate to me, but I can't get monetized yet. That's still a milestone I need to achieve.
Okay.
That's for 4,000 watch hours.
So you haven't reached that 4,000 watch
I
hours.
reached 3K. So once you
Oh,
reach
lovely.
3K, then you can enable the members.
donation.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Which is why like this podcast, I'm thinking the longer version will be for like members only. So that also gets more people, supporting,
Wanting
watching,
to, like-
wanting to know more.
Okay.
Builds a community as well. I am also planning to do like live streams once I
Lovely.
shift to Pune. Maybe those could just be like super chill live streams. I
Yeah.
can just be like playing on my cousin's PS5.
Yeah.
I could show a little bit of that. I can show me talking, and
Yeah.
I'm just interacting with my audience as well through a live chat if there is one.
Yeah.
Or I'm just vibing on my own and they're just watching me vibe.
Yeah.
Like those study with me videos.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
yeah.
like chill with me videos.
Chill with me, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
dude.
doing something, you do something, but we'll do it together.
Mm.
And that's I can't always do that with people, but now I can give back to like my audience who watches me. That's why my way of giving back to the measly number of 1,000 people right now. But
Still
1,000
10
people,
times more than me.
1,000 people in real life
It's quite a lot now.
is a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of it in that perspective and like,
Yeah.
I want to give back to 1,000 people, bro.
Mm.
And imagine 50k, 100k one day.
Mm.
Even if it's not a goal you want to actively achieve, if it happens, imagine that's the number of people you have an impact on. That's the number of people that you have been able to influence your algorithm into
Yeah.
their algorithm.
To
And
want
for
to
a
even
moment-
like click subscribe.
Yeah. Even if it was for a moment, you guys were in sync
Yeah.
somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
Through one video.
There was a
Which is
there was a
amazing.
small form of understanding
Yeah.
that
For a brief moment, you and I, even though we are strangers, you and I are one in one moment. If you truly understood the feeling and the emotion behind the art that I create or we create.
mm,
I love that about art. It transcends digital, it transcends tangible things. It reaches us at like random moments in our life and it connects with us deeply in a way that very few things in life do.
it's not something that we were forced to do. It's something that we picked up because we needed to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
For a while, it was a coping mechanism. In a way, like this was a nice thing to do. It was a nice routine to get into.
a little bit of an escapism action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like now, I've grown to love this
Yeah.
and love doing it.
Yeah.
And now I just want to like
Double
make even
down
more.
on it. Yeah.
Double down on it. Get paid for it, hopefully.
For your own unique work, not for anybody else's.
Yeah, not for anybody else's. For
Yeah.
my own stuff, you know. Stuff that's coming from here.
Dil se.
They'll say, bro, from the heart. That's what matters in art. Art that comes from the heart.
Yeah, art that comes from the heart. Beautiful.
Yeah. Any last words, Philip, before we're almost home?
Any last words?
How was
Love
this
all-
experience for you?
Bro, I fucking loved it, bro. I might steal this idea. Like, sorry, like. But in all seriousness, I think this format is really nice. It's something so unique because, like, I also can get lost in the world outside,
Yeah.
you know, and that can give me certain insights
Yeah.
that otherwise wouldn't have been possible in like a very controlled studio environment.
Yeah.
And just the ability to like play with this much moving parts
Yeah.
is been like a truly unique experience that like, man, I'm honored that like I got to do this with you.
That's really well put. Yeah.
It's
Every time I sit in an auto, I get so many wild ideas. Like I just look outside and like each person over here has a story of their own.
yeah,
There's a story everywhere that you look outside of an auto rickshaw.
yeah,
And the creative juices that flow in my mind, looking at all of this, absorbing all of this, makes me want to like, now I need an outlet that I'm feeling here.
yeah.
Now I want to get that out and I want to share that with you,
Mm.
with someone else also.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad that I was able to, what I'm able to achieve in an auto ride for my own benefit, that you were also able to experience
Dude,
a
truly,
part of that.
Truly.
Yeah.
Experiences, as unique as they are, they're also very unifying
Yeah.
because happiness can bring us together, sadness can bring us together.
Yep.
It's all universal.
Yep.
It's uniquely universal.
Yeah.
So
Love that. Love that.
I guess on that note, we can drop the mic. Not
Mic drop,
literally.
yeah, not literally, not in a moving auto rickshaw for sure. These things cost money, bro. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you stayed all the way, thank you for supporting.
सीधा
सीधा
से
सीधा हाँ
हाँ
बंद है
बंद
वो
है.
हाँ. But yeah, thank you for coming out here, Philip. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for flying out from Singapore just to do this. That's insane, dude.
Yep.
So-
yeah, this was amazing. I'm so glad that I got to test this out with you.
Dude.
I really want to post this, so I think I will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's-
episode 0.5.
Let's make history with this episode.
Let's make
bro.
history with this, man.
Let's-
And I'm glad that you were a part of this as well.
Dude.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.
Cut. Thank you.
Bye.